being out in the cold. And I don't mind not knowing where to go. But I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry, left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, out in the cold. And I don't mind not knowing where to go. Where do I go? But I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry, left in the rain. Yeah. I don't mind the path that I had to walk, and I don't mind all those words that I had to talk, and I don't mind all those flings that I had to fling, and some of those words I spoke I just had to sing. I just had to bring the best that I had to give, and being tested by these blessings that I had to live, changing dressings on the scars that I had within. It's a daily operation, you just gotta grin before it gets too grim and life pins you in. You gotta think like a shark and show your fins, whether alone in the dark or with an audience. Believe you're the hottest commodity since the iPhone lobotomy. You follow me? I'm hoping probably. I'm talking openly and don't know where the road could be. The crosshairs, the red dot, or the poison drip. So take a message from this song, that's all I have to give. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go. But I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry, left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go. But I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry, left in the rain. They leave you in the rain, then hang you out to dry. I wonder how so many people get by. And then one day you wake up and start to realize that anyone you know could be called up at any time. Can't press rewind, can't flip the tape, so might as well not live in the past and dwell on hate. People talk strange shit to get to the gate, and if you know me well, you know I call them doors of fate. I take what I need, but not too much. I never open the door if the handle was hot to the touch. You gotta find an alternate way out of the flames. They want you in the spotlight, they want you just to take the blame. But all the same, it's like a wheel with these fucking hipsters. Instead of more rappers, we could use more active listeners. But I don't mind that a lot of things are actually happening, cause I'm a music slave and this is what I'm coming strapped with. Cause I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go. But I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry, left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, not knowing where to go. But I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry, left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go. But I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry, left in the rain.
Eat your vegetables!
One last drink and I'll be gone. Make it count with the blood on. Never really felt like I belong, so I'll be on my way and I won't be long. I'll be dead by dawn. 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 Scrolling through my text, shit I left unread.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Indoor Farmer on Monday nights, 8:30 Central Time. It's August 5th, 2024, and we got another great show for you tonight. It's episode 146. We're getting dangerously close to that 3-year mark on the show. We got Siir SteveO with us in the house. What's up?
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Nice shirt, by the way. I like it on you.
Let's see if I can make it
You look
more
great.
legible. Got a little bit of a migraine, so I'm not trying to be Joe Cool today, but these are special. These aren't just sunglasses. If you're new to the show, I've got these, they're supposed to be good for your computer screens and stuff like that. It's actually a green tint. But anyway, back to the show. We've got I've got a lot going on, and I did not get to some of my projects that I wanted to, but we're going to go over that. And actually, SteveO, I forgot to grab the water too. I'll grab that in a second here.
Yeah, we got to get the pH checked again.
Yeah, check it. I need to check it more often, actually, I've realized. But we're going to get into that. We're going to get into showing you guys what's growing on, of course. And then, of course, the second half of the show will be that certified segment. So don't go anywhere. And make sure, if you can, help us out, guys. Hit that like button. Share us out with your friends. I do appreciate that. And if you can, we have a special request for you tonight. We've got a shiny new blue check mark on the Siir SteveO X channel. It's at Siir SteveO on X is the full name, and we can pull that up in a little bit. So any of my X friends over there that go over to X and help me out with that algorithm, please, if you could do so, go find our friend SteveO and hit that follow button for him and maybe share him out. Do appreciate it. I think I saw Chaotic over there on X already and a few others. Let me go back to the comments here. Okay. We see a few people over there. So, yeah, thanks if you guys can do that for us. And shouts out to Rumble. We got 10 people watching over already on the Rumble. Appreciate that. We're going to try and hit that 710 on the West Coast again tonight. We're going to try and do that. So try to keep me on target if you can there. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll do the pH check later after I get the pictures checked out here. We're going to show off what I have going on. I do unfortunately I did want to get the new rack. I have a couple of racks that I just got that I want to put together. I didn't get the time to do that, but that is my next project. I want to add more racking so that I can put up more microgreen trays in different ways. Let me know if there's any questions there, SteveO. I see you pop in the comments. I'm not looking at the moment. Let me pull up these pictures.
Everybody's pretty much saying hi at this point.
All right.
A lot of people in here already tonight. Looking forward to another good show.
35 awesome people in the house, guys. And remember, if you are somebody that hangs out on Kick, that you go and use Kick, I have the chat visible now. There were some other things I wanted to bring up. Oh, yeah, the housekeeping things. Congratulations to Ash Groves, Team Grow Fam, for winning game night last night. That was a fun game. Actually, probably one of the fastest game nights I've had in a very long time, depending on which style of game we were playing. But last night we got through it really, really quickly, so that was awesome. Shouts out to William and Twisted Cannabis for both playing also, and all the winners. We had 18 prizes we gave away last night.
Awesome. Congratulations to Terry Breiler, who won the certified prize. So, Terry, make sure you send me a message about that.
Nice. You're in the hole, Wayne, for 96 days?
Yeah, he all together. Yeah.
Holy cow. And I'm just taking a wild guess, but he probably doesn't know exactly why. It's like in general terms, and it's always hey, we got Sandy with the 50 stars. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And we've got Sherry. I'm trying to hit the like button, but my finger doesn't want to work over here. I'm left-handed. I'm using my right hand. Sherry O'Neill with the 50 stars. Thank you, Sherry. And Sherry with another 20 stars. Wow, thank you guys, ladies, actually. Activating a star party, and if we can get a few more going within 4 minutes, we can get a star party going on. Hey, what's up, Scroy? I see you in the house, man. I saw you, Scroy went through my entire profile since I was 16 and hit the like button on every post, I think. I really appreciate that, because I did find out. I'm going to be totally, blunt and what's the term, transparent with my audience and my community. I did find out today that I have they call them performance bonuses on the Foos book. I have those turned on. I didn't know, like, that's something they have to like anoint you with. You don't get to turn it on yourself. Anyway, point being, the more that I get get engagement on my profile, the better, which is awesome. I'm making like 20 or 30 or 40 cents on some of my pictures that do well. That's fun. It's not a lot, but it's a fun little start. Anyway, back to the show. As you can see, it got me some green onions, SteveO. I've been wanting to do this again. Got a nice big bundle of them. And yeah, I got a video here where I stuck them in with my sweet potatoes, but a little bit separated. Duplicate video. Let's see.
That's nice how you can just trim the ends and they start to root again.
So you're going to see pictures of them today. This is a few days ago, and they're not like growing back yet or anything. So I'm wondering, like, maybe it's going to take a little bit of time. I did trim some of them to eat. I put some of them in a salad.
Yeah.
Actually had a big old bowl of greens from all the different stuff I'm growing. Wow. Okay. All right. Thank you, ladies. Rose with the 20 stars. Sandy with another 20 stars. And Sherry with another 20 stars. 2 minutes, 20 seconds till go time. I don't know. I guess it's some way to like encourage you guys to throw more stars out there. I appreciate it though, ladies. All the help is appreciated. So as you see, I'm not really doing anything sophisticated. I just wanted to like stick them in there, and then I kind of covered them up a little bit more afterwards with some of the soil around there. I need to add a little more soil in this. It's almost like a little mini garden box, It's kind of like, that's the way I look at it because of how big it is. It's not that big, but it's also not a singular grow pot like we're used to with cannabis. You know what I mean, SteveO? Like, I've actually seen people buy like enormous grow pots that are like 50-gallon grow pot and use that in a tent as like a little raised bed inside.
Yeah.
And growing all kinds of things. So this is kind of a smaller version of that. This bin has holes in the bottom of it. Some people would grow out of bins without holes and just kind of make sure it dries out.
Yeah.
Wow, Sherry, thank you very much.
And then now you use the worm castings too.
I did, and I haven't put any in there in a little while because a couple reasons. I got a picture of my worm castings later in this reel here. The worms, and I need some kind of a sifter. I need to buy another filter, some kind of a filter to get the chunks of food separated from the worm castings. Because what's happening is when I go to give worm castings, say to this bin here, I know for sure there's going to be chunks of eggshell and all this other stuff that I don't necessarily want, but it's not going to hurt anything. It's just sort of taking some of the broken down food that's actually the stuff I want to keep in the worm bin. The big stuff that's not broken down yet, it's going to take a lot longer for the worms to break that stuff down. So what I want is, I want that stuff that's small. So is this a picture? No, it's not. Okay, this is not. Oh, so it's a duplicate for some reason. Duplicated. Okay, so yeah, it's a little fuzzy, but there's some of them are kind of wilting and things like that. But I'm not so worried about it because it is a root vegetable and it will start growing underneath, just like a potato.
That's right.
The only issue though is that you can't make. They're not like it's not necessarily a cut and come again. You can cut it and they'll grow back. From what I've researched anyway, they'll grow back 1 or 2 times, maybe 3 times, and that's it. Oh. And so they're not a full on what they call cut and come again type of a crop. Hey, we got Gabe in the house.
Yeah.
Ba-boom, shakalaka, boom. I got it totally right that time without any mistakes. Yes.
What up, sexy peeps? That's usually what he said.
Right. Gabe, come on up if you got some time, man. So this is my current system. You guys have seen it already, but I did. Let's see. So I did not find any more mice this week at all. and there's a trap out with peanut butter, I know they'd be hitting that. You know what I mean? Unless they got really, really smart. So I'm pretty sure it was just the one. And I actually thought it was just one from the amount he was eating, you know, or she. It was like one pepper slowly over time. Like, so I'm pretty sure. Stacy, thank you. Stacy says it's her first time buying stars. If you could put that on the screen, SteveO. I appreciate that, Stacy, but let me just give you a warning and a little tip. If you buy stars right here on your phone in the chat, you will pay like 40% more. Or actually, you pay the same. You just get 40% less.
Yeah.
So however you want to, however you want to look at it. But if you go to a computer and go to the website, you can actually get a much better deal. Just in case you want to get more in the future, no worries. But yeah, for everybody's information, it is cheaper on the website.
Definitely is. It's like 40%, like you said.
Okay, this was today. I've been doing some work, but not necessarily recording it all. Sort of the mundane stuff. And I feel like if I can take stills and then just sort of talk about it and update people, unless it's a bigger project, if it's something that I'm like this living soil bed that I really want. I hit up Philip, our boy Philip from Soil Focus Farms, and the same guy who made my cool hats. And we'll talk about those in a minute. But Philip is a little busy, but I wanted to try and get him up here to talk about what it's like having a living soil bed indoors. You know, he had this he had it set up. I don't think he does now, but duplicated everything. Wow. Look at this. Like, I don't mean to be crass, but she looks dead, doesn't she?
Yeah, she just loves to lay in the sun and the heat.
This little hottie, we'll call her, because like I could barely touch her fur, man.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa.
And her neck is better and everything. The steroids helped and all that.
It's a lot better, but it's not fully healed. I definitely think I need to get her to a chiropractor, doggy chiropractor.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, she loves laying in that sun. I was throwing the ball for her, and she kind of turned her head a little sharp as I was trying to grab the ball from her jaw, and she yelped today. But that was the first time I had seen anything like that. Yes, Stacy, you're right. Got to be thrifty. Sorry, go ahead.
It looks like you got a rogue little girl out here in the yard.
This is the only one I sort of let grow, because I think I told everybody that I had a whole bunch all the way down this line of these little plants that had popped up. They call them volunteers from the year or two before. I can't even remember. But the last one, I sort of just let it go. And I did top her today. I didn't really top her before today. And as you see, it's kind of just tall and Christmas tree looking. And look at this. I got a better picture of it. It's a carrot. So I took this pot outside. Like 2 months ago, maybe. And it's just been surviving on its own. I took it outside because it actually had caught spider mites. The carrot greens I had found spider mites back when I was dealing with those. And so I just took it outside and left it outside. There was another carrot in there, I think, that died, but this one is just like loving life. And it's hot as hell outside too. Nancy, what's up? Kasia, what's up? What's up, everybody? Appreciate you coming in. Please hit that like button. Share us out. Thank you very much.
Great to see you, ladies, for sure. Yeah, that's really cool. You just grew those out like that. I wonder how they're going to turn out.
It's pretty big, actually. Like, I don't know what the size of the carrot inside is, but you can eat these greens. It's all it's like a microgreen or like a lettuce, I guess you could call it. They're microgreens when they're small, but right now they're just greens that you can eat. Here's my backyard, my sinkhole backyard. As you can see, this is where I clip my yard clippings and trimmings, and I pile it all up back here, slowly but surely letting Mother Nature do its job. But when I go in here and I dig a hole in this, and I'll throw my food waste in there. Not all food waste, mostly just clean vegetable scraps and eggs or eggshells, I should say. Not a lot of meats and stuff like that because you don't want wild critters coming in there, but or my dog even. But I'll dig it in, I'll dig it up, and then I'll see these big fat earthworms, man, big fat ones, and I'm like, should I grab a few of those and throw them inside? You know, I'm wondering if it would be a good or a bad thing. You know, if it would be if there's a chance that they would carry something that I wouldn't want indoors. Although I don't think worms are known for that, so we'll see. I haven't looked into it. See if Nancy knows anything about it. Yeah, so there's a different angle of my girl there. So you can see the contrast. It's already taller than last year's plant, although not taller, but I think I cut a lot more of it off. It's going to be a small plant, let's put it that way, but it's a hell of a, what's the term, candidate for some more bubble hash. A hell of a bubble hash candidate. I'll be whatever I can, whatever she grows, I'll just, churn it up.
Nancy has something that I think is good to talk about. She says throw the worms in your plants. If they crawl out of the pot, it's because there's not enough oxygen or not enough moisture. So that's one good test, she says.
So I could take the ones from outside and put them inside. Yeah, I actually had another situation. I didn't record it, but in my aquaponics system, there was a giant, like a really thick bunch of roots growing down from the basal side all the way into the water. And I ripped it out and just tug it out. It's just this big like mesh of roots, kind of like when you're pulling like pumpkin guts out or something. But there was a worm inside the roots, bro. Like the roots that were growing down the downspout. So that worm was enjoying life, just living in the area where the water was constantly flowing,
Oxygenated, everything he needed. Yeah.
The water is oxygenated, so yeah, for sure. And so as you see, I just topped her to see. Like, we don't have a lot of grow season left. What would you say, Steve? Like a month, maybe a little more. But it's going to start flowering soon, right?
I mean, everything's flowering now for me. I'll finish up at the end of October probably.
That's what I'm thinking. So it's August, so we got a couple of months. I think I won't get a lot of flower time. I guess maybe it might be. Well, no, it'll just flower at the smaller size.
2 months of flower you got. Wow.
Yeah, so I'll just turn whatever it is into some bubble hash. All right, so here's my greens, I should call them. I'm still just letting them grow and hopefully get to a point where I can get something out of them, like the radishes. Maybe I could get these tiny radishes that could regrow, in the living soil bed, or I can actually transplant a bunch of this stuff. I have been eating some of it too, SteveO. To your suggestion, I've been trimming some of the smaller leaves.
Yeah.
And then I would chop it up with my salad. So even if it was sort of a bitter flavor or something like that, then it's not going to, be overtaking the salad. So that is arugula.
Nutrients that you're getting are unmatched.
They got to be running out of nutrients soon, because all I've been giving these is water. I mean, I know what you're saying. I guess I was just thinking that I water these and that's it. So what was in the soil and what the seeds provided to start with. Generally, microgreens all works off of what the seed provides alone. You can put it in soil. You can put it in cocoa. You can put them in not soil at all. But they don't need that extra nutrients. Some of it makes them grow a little faster or bigger or whatever that is. But as far as microgreens go, you just need that the seed actually provides a lot of nutrients for the plant until it gets to a certain size, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you see I have 2 racks here in the microgreen area, if you will. And I have a bunch of, materials and different, can't think of another word for it, but I got different stuff in all the shelves. And so I'm going to open up this other shelf unit. And then I also have one of those mini greenhouses. I don't think I took a picture of it though. Here's what it looks like today. You see this like sort of dying off. They're not looking as vibrant as they were.
Yes.
But I have been watering in them, not like a ton, but just a little bit.
Keeping water there.
Yeah. and there's holes in the bottom, so it's not like they're getting soaked. So we're gonna see what happens. But as you can see, the sweet potatoes are looking like you can see them a lot of new growth. They're kind of this sort of big bunch of different vines down there. So I don't really know how many I got going, but they look all right. Now you can see some deficiencies maybe in these leaves, and that's because all this is getting is water from the fish tank and some RO water, and maybe like I was putting worm castings in the bin, but I need to do some more of that actually.
And that's the old soil too.
That's just the this is the last bin of sort of reused soil. Although when I have a whole bed of growing of living soil, it's all going to be reused soil all the time, or actually being re-amended constantly, more or less. Or
fertilized.
Actually, real quick, let me I keep forgetting. I'm going to throw some tunes down before my segment's done. I don't just want tunes on my segment too, SteveO. All right, let me share the whole screen audio. We got 45 people in the house, guys. Really appreciate you coming in tonight.
I got 3 on my X. What's up? That's over half of the people that follow me. Hell yeah. Thank you.
When you play the numbers like that, man, it is nice. And actually, I've seen GrowFam with about the same number of followers getting over 100 people through their live on X. And X is working to make video more important in the algorithm, but it's going to take some time.
Well, thank you for all your advice with it. I appreciate it.
I see a lot of people that turn away from the foos book, and I understand that, but I look at it as a advertising opportunity for better places. Hey, I'll stay here, but I'll just tell you about the places that I like better. All right, let me pull this back up. You can hear the tunes now, right? I think we got it.
Sir. I think I got the echo though. Well, it went away.
Sure. Let us know in the comments if there's an echo.
Yeah, it was good.
What's up, Ted?
Hey, what's up? Happy birthday, Ted.
So check this out, SteveO. I went to the True Healthcare Wellness, going out of business sale.
Okay.
Sad story, but the good news is Wes and I will get to throw some rounds of frisbee golf more often when he has more time, so that'll be fun. But I got his girlfriend gave me this plant. He had a bunch of plants there, and I was like, oh, I would take a plant. And actually, oh man, I keep forgetting. I keep meaning to bring it over here, have it here with me on the show. This is my first ever and only house plant. It's a twist for me. It's a new step. It's a new direction that I didn't think about going in. And there's no hole in the bottom of that. So I have to be really lenient on the water, But here's the reason I got this one specifically. I don't even remember the name of it. I'm going to have to ask her again. But she pointed out and she said, I would take that one. She said, this is a rare plant and I can take cuttings off of this plant and propagate this baby.
Awesome.
So I'm going to have to find out. Maybe somebody out there knows the name of it, but I definitely need to find out because it's something that evidently has some value. Let me go grab it.
Yeah, it looks like it needs some nudes to me. But I don't know much about houseplants, but I think everything that yellows prematurely needs food. That's usually the case.
It's actually not yellow. It's sitting there next to that purple. It's a green. It's just not. I mean, you do see that brown piece of the leaf there. Let me see. What's it look? Can you see it here? Does it look any different?
Oh, it looks a lot different in that light, brother. Yeah.
So maybe that's just that purple that's causing it.
Yeah, that looks nice. Oh, good. I believe for houseplants you can use the food garden. So if you need some samples,
started most of them with a cutting. Okay, Rio says houseplants are taking over house.
Oh wow!
Part of the fern family, Ted thinks. Okay, well that's a good as guess as any. I could probably go find out for sure, but
part of
Have
the
a plant
photo.
identifier app. You're right, Candy Grammy. That's a good call. Snap a pic. There's a few, I think. I think there's actually a few, but
Yeah,
anyway.
you could just use Google Image probably with that image right there, and it would probably tell you. Yeah, you could enter that picture in the Google Image.
Oh, that's true. All right, I am heating up, getting the Dabbing Dragon ready to roar.
Sherry is hoping that you would hold that up again. Let me bring you up.
No, here we go. I got you.
There you go.
Oh. I'm sorry. Everybody. Whoa.
Rose says she's going to send you some pictures.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
that
check
looks
it.
good,
Okay.
man.
So there's another. You see that stalk there? She was
Yeah.
saying that looks like it may start to regrow. So we
Wow.
kind of left it instead of cutting it, but
I mean, yeah. See what it does.
the weight kind of, I don't know if it was dried out at one point or something, but it is falling over, but it just kind of, that's how it's doing what it's doing. It likes it. It's
Well,
enjoying-
the good parts are reaching for the sky, so that's what you want.
right. So, well, I mean, I could gently lift it up, but I don't know that I really need to, per se.
I mean, you could bonsai the shit out of that if you want.
I could what?
Bonsai it, like twist it, bend it.
Well, it feels weird when I start to lift it up. It feels like it's gonna like rip roots or something. Like I could slowly lift it up, like maybe get something and put it under there, and eventually keep lifting it up more and more.
Yeah, you could prop it up with a stick.
Oh yeah, I do have some.
You just use a pencil and it will work just fine.
I got a bunch of what are they called? Skewers. I'll grab one.
There you go. Let's see. Cullen says it looks like a type of monstera plant, and Canagrammy agrees. Monstera plant.
Monstera. Okay.
Monstera, yeah. They get really big, as it says Rose. That's why they call it a monstera. Now, see, I think that looks better having the plant stand up.
Yeah, that looks a little better, huh?
Right. Yeah, the skewer is perfect because of the leverage. It's just laying on its weight now. And
There's
stress.
a couple of little nubs underneath. Look at this.
Oh, I see. Now, well, you've exposed them now to the sunlight better, so there you go. It doesn't look bad or
It
anything.
looks like an insect or something.
Oh, is that what you're thinking? Okay,
You see
good.
those two little pods right there?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Does that look like it's just part of the tree, or? Oh wow! Yeah, what if it's larva or something?
Yeah, it looks like some kind of larva maybe or something like that.
You don't want to get infecting your entire fucking crop. Excuse my language.
Well, we got that prime superior. I'll have
Yeah.
to hit it. I'll have to hit it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, they have a lot of plants in that shop, and you know, there are a whole bunch of them are more on the cactus side. He's got a lot of like low water type plants.
Now, Ted, did you look that up or something? Because Ted's saying split leaf philodendron. That's what that is.
Interesting.
Did you look that up?
We go in search of water. Okay.
Hey, what's up, Dr. John? How you doing, buddy?
DJ, what's up, brother? Oh yeah, I didn't put this out yet, but guys, if you haven't seen it yet, I did put out a 2 different schedules: a Grow Fam live stream schedule and a schedule for our shows or for my show, including this one and the other 4 that I do throughout the week. And it's 9:06 here. We got 4 minutes to that east or the west coast 7:10.
Oh, yeah. I
So
remember.
here we go.
My computer says 9:07.
This seems like a good spot, right? You can see her. I'll call her her.
Yeah.
She seems, we'll come up with a name for you, girl. What
Yeah.
you call it? Split leaf? split leaf,
Split
philodendron,
leaf. Or
Phyllis. Maybe call it Phyllis.
how about Eileen?
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good
Eileen.
one actually. Eileen or Phyllis.
Because she's a leaner.
Yeah, I thought Phyllis just because she's a philodendron.
Oh yeah, now that's a good one too. I like
I
both
like
of
Eileen. Eileen,'s funny though. We call her Eileen's her nickname. You know, Phyllis is her given
Okay.
name.
in the
Whole
comments.
backstory.
Let's see,
Okay,
let's look at the hashtags. Is it hashtag Phyllis or is it going to be what was the other one?
Eileen.
Hashtag Eileen.
Yeah, let's see it.
I like Phyllis better now that you said it. Phyllis. Damn it.
Little leaf or little flower from the mint. That mint looks terrible, but it smells very minty. When I go over there and do that with it, it just gives it a big waft of mint.
Down, right?
Huh?
Your bugs are down, right?
Yeah, but I don't think the gnats really care about that. I don't see many gnats, but most of that's from the miracle juice from Mama Val.
Man, it almost looks like something's chewing on your leaves, but it's not.
That's from that was previous damage.
No more mouse.
Yeah, some of those leaves have holes in them, but there could be some burning. You see how they're curling up a little bit on top?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the weight of the weight of the bigger leaf makes it open up. Look at this lettuce. Yeah, you can see how the lettuce just doesn't look very good on the bottom. I don't eat that part. I see the top, the nice pieces out of the top there. That's what I would eat out of the lettuce. Same thing goes with the basil. I look for the nicer pieces, the nicer green pieces. There's a little piece of arugula still growing in there. It's funny. I thought I went and looked at the fish tank. It's not. Here's a little close-up of a pepper flower. That's a good time for a 710, I think.
Yes, sir. We're almost on the dot. We're 1 minute away. I'm watching it now.
All right. I'll just head over this way. What if we did this? Oh, there we go. There we go. Angry John Doe in the house. All out of hot dogs. I do the same thing for those little buggers. Okay. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean, DJ. Which thing? The mouse traps or what? All right, 710. Happy 710. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, cheers. Cheers, SteveO.
Cheers to everybody. I'm getting on now.
Cheers to the Gremlins 3 coming out this Christmas. Cheers. I mean,
Make sure you share it out, everybody. I just shared it out to 30 groups. Make sure you got permission to do it.
Cheers to America in the Olympics. Not watching them. I don't think anyone's watching them. But cheers to America.
I'm watching highlights.
Elisa May's even angrier than John Doe. Let's see who can be the angriest. We've got Elisa May coming in hot with at least 4 more angries than John Doe. She goes over to Daz Exotics Let's Vibe TV on Case of the Mondays and shows all kinds of love. She comes over here. She's all out of love. It's Elisa angry. Joe Kelly, that seed is growing. It took forever to pop. Okay. A John Doe seed. Okay. Here we go. John Doe coming in hotter even. He's hot and angry, just like the anger emotion on Inside Out 2. Actually, I haven't seen the second one, but you could say the first one, I guess. My first 3 consultation appointments tomorrow. Oh, yes, that's right. Arizona hippie dude's got some consultations tomorrow. Shouts out, Alan. That's awesome, man. That's gonna get you. That's gonna have you traveling all over the place. All right. Let's get back to it. I think I only have a couple more pictures here.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
So there's definitely holes in some of. No, that's not a hole. That's just like a curly leaf. Looks like holes. That's not. I got holes. I got holes. And different pepper leaf holes. Okay. So there's actually 3 pepper plants here. Only one of them actually is producing a lot. But part of that, I think, is because the back, those 2 peppers in the back are easier to access from those mice that were here, or at least the one mouse. I only saw one, and I do have another trap back there. I'm sure they would hit that peanut butter. That's hard to resist for anybody. DJ says, "Who made that rig?" DJ, it's a cheap rig. It's made by Dragon Glass. Dragon Glass is the name. I'll pull it up here. But yeah, it's just it's a cheap rig that happens to be a little bit taller with some recyclers and stuff. It's actually a bong. People don't realize, like, when you use, like, there's no need for all this like the perks and all the honeycomb or whatever that's inside the glass. That's only for smoking flower. When you're doing dabs, like, this thing is way overkill. I wanted the recyclers. It's got 3 recyclers on it, and I also just needed a new piece that had the right size for this E rig, or the E the E nail. We'll do one more in honor of DJ. Always sharing us out to the group, showing the love. Guys, speaking of showing the love, I got 50 hats ordered. 50 hats ordered. I've already got 4 sold, at least 4 sold. So definitely want to get in your order when you can, because there's a lot of different styles and colors. So you'll get your first come first choose on the styles. So cheers. Did anybody vote on the plant name? Because I just got her. Just blues my smoke in her face.
No, I didn't really see it. I didn't see anybody. Okay, come on now. Phyllis or Eileen? Which is it?
That pineapple looks like it's leaning. It's trying to grow into the light.
Dr. John wants to know where to order the hat at. Would you go do Philip directly, or is this through you, or what are you doing?
These are through me, and I actually plan to get them up on the GrowFam website. But if you want to order a hat, DJ, I got to tell you guys, it makes 0 sense not to sign up if you want a hat, because all my subscribers are going to get a hat at cost, $20 plus shipping.
Okay.
Anyone who's not a subscriber, the hat is $40 because it's going to cost like $30 to ship it. But if you subscribe for $2, you get $10 off, and that for that $10 you pay for 5 months of subscription. Yeah. So if you can tell, like, it's not, I don't get any more money out of it. What I get is I get your cherished efforts to actually go and sign up, because I know it's not the easiest thing to do, to go and check out a new app, check out a new website. So for that effort, you get, the deal, plus you get to be part of the community. I mean, I think anybody out there who's been on the fence about it, and actually I've already had one person pay me for a hat who's not a subscriber. I was like, it's kind of weird, to be honest. I'm not going to be too mad about it, but it's like it's a little bit strange. I'm just saying. We just gave out 18 prizes to subscribers last night, plus 3 more coming this week, and plus the Hash and Dash immunity that you get for being a subscriber. I know that you might not be looking for extra giveaways, But in that case, just subscribe to get the deal and be a supporter. That goes to everybody. I think it makes sense. If you want to buy a hat, subscribe at least for a month. You get $8 off, right? If you subscribe on locals. If you subscribe on Facebook, you'd get $7 off because Facebook is $3. Oh, here's my fish. They seem to be happy, man. I haven't had a dead fish in a while, although I do not see the snails. I had snails in here, and I have not seen a snail in a while. So I think I'm going to go and buy. Actually, what I want to do is move all the fish to a bigger container. Might go back to the big fish stock tank that I had, and go from there. I bought a new pump. I bought a bunch of stuff from True Healthcare Wellness because they have 50% off sale. I might want to go through there and go do a live stream and see if anybody wants me to buy something for them. That's a lot of grow materials and supplies there still. If there's anything there that you might want or need, we can get it for a cheap deal. All right, I think that was it. No, there's more. Oh, there you go. I still have to. That's old basil that I have to. That's been dried for a little while. So I don't know if it's good or bad, but I have my worm bin there, and I'm thinking about putting that whole worm bin, or putting a new worm bin in the living soil bed, and have that bin with holes in it so that I can feed the worms, and the worm juices and everything will go down into the living soil bed, and I don't have to really do a lot of mixing. The worm castings would go down in there, the worms themselves would go down in there, but I could still feed by putting my scraps and my material in that bin instead of having it spread around the whole table, And if I put water, are you muted, SteveO?
Yeah, I am. Thanks, man. Yeah, I must have spent $30 on my worm castings, and here you're providing it yourself, free of charge, with your scraps and your.
They do, Rose. Thank you. Well, shouts out to Gem City Lids. Go Waylon. Thanks, Lisa May.
Yeah, you're doing a good job with this. I remember when you started the worm bin.
It's something I have to leave alone longer. I kept digging worm castings out too early.
They weren't holding up. Yeah,
they're not reproducing fast enough. I'd be scooping out worm eggs and stuff without knowing, and it was reducing the population in there and not being able to I want a big ball of worms in there, and I haven't got to that point yet. So I have to worry that the worms are dying, or if there's enough making any babies in there or doing anything. Okay, I think I showed these before, but this is that rack. It's a different metal type rack, and I'm going to put that over there. Let's see. This 4x8 is sort of separating my basement, right? So I'm going to build my grow room into the 4x8. I don't want to have to go all the way around it, but I might end up at least trying to seal around it. But what we're going to do back here, where you see this flag hanging, this whole area is going to be hung with panda film. It's white on one side, black on the other. It's a film. I don't know yet whether I have to have some kind of brace behind it, or I can just hang it from the ceiling. Do you think I could just hang it and actually, if it's secure enough, or would it rip? It might rip, And I think I could actually if I could find some boards to just do something rudimentary from the floor to the rafters, and then just tape the panda film to the board on the back, or glue. It doesn't have to be stapled or nailed. It doesn't have to be anything major. Just something, I'm going to use a lot of white duct tape, and I might get a stapler to staple into the duct tape into the wood, or through the duct tape and the panda film into the wood. to really make it strong. Anyway, this air filter here is really nice. I'm hoping to have it centralized and kind of where the air that's coming into the room, have it near that and make it as clean as possible. I don't want to put it in the room because it's going to take up space, and I want it to be used for the whole basement, not just my one grow room. That grow room is going to be sealed in, and then I think the floor is going to be panda film too. Would you do that, man? That seems like it might be slippery.
Not on the floor. I wouldn't put it on the floor.
Maybe just paint the floor white.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea. I could paint the floor white.
Not the floor. It'll just get kicked up and everything.
Sure. And this metal rack over here is going to go on the back side of the tent, and so I'll sort of have a hallway of racks. Still won't be really that commercial size yet, honestly. I mean, a lot of commercial, even small home operations with microgreens are going to have probably a couple more racks than I have, but I can add those in later. I think that might be it, SteveO. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go grab a little water, check out my pH while we get that certified segment up and rolling. I think I need to hit the little farmer's room as well. The little indoor farmer's room. Hey guys, this is a little indoor farmer, and we're gonna go get Smurf Village party. Oh boy, I love him. He's with his mom tonight, but he's a crazy kook. Going back to school soon. Going back to school.
Right.
Parents.
Another year. Another year getting up early every day, waiting on the bus on time, homework, all that fun stuff.
Making lunches.
How did school clothes shopping and school supplies go?
We still have to do some of that. Actually, I won't really need to go supply shopping because, man, we still get, like, they send them home with a whole bunch of unused supplies at the end of the year, and we've got like 2 or 3 bags full of all the random stuff that you would need. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that. But all right, I'm going to run while we play this, and we'll put the tunes back on a little later. Shut this off here. Cool. All right, everybody, you know what time it is. You know the deal. We got 35 people in the house. Please hit that like button. Actually, what am I saying? We got 52 people in the house. Please hit the like button. Share us out with your friends. Hang out for this next segment. Let me pause the music on my side. I'm still hearing it. You guys weren't. Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
Let's remove that. Sorry about that. Hey, welcome to the certified segment, everybody. It's August 5th. Yeah, August 5th today. And it's 2024, and it's the indoor farmer. And it's time for the certified segment. First of all, check out my shirt. I got my Herbal Roots Canada Fest shirt on. The one that we got when we went to the Canada Fest just a few weeks ago here. And I just wanted to show that off and let everybody see it. Welcome everybody to the show. Appreciate you being here. I do have a video to share with everybody. I've got a few things here. I am going to have the sound on for most of it, but check this out. I went to a party this weekend, and there was a couple features that I thought that you guys would want to see little tiny clips of. It's only a couple minutes, and then I do have a couple of updates on the indoor and the outdoor plants to show. So check this out. Let me bring this up here on the stage.
I just
start the whole thing over.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, right. We're gonna get time, but what's that? I thought I would show Waylon's talents. He's for Grow Fam TV. This is the schedule for the Grow Fam TV lineup. 7 days a week. Fridays we've even got a double header for you guys. So check it out. Sundays we have the legit bean review. Fun in the Sunday with Ken, and that's Eastern time. It's 3:00, and that's 2:00 Central. Mondays with Master Rochi at 9, and that's 8 Central. Talk It Out Tuesdays with Chris Fisher, and that's at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. And then, of course, we got We Grow Wednesday with the big dog Waylon, and that's at 9 Eastern.
We got Johnny Paradise coming on this Wednesday.
This Wednesday's Johnny Paradise. That's awesome. You make sure that you invite all of your friends, everybody, to make sure that they don't miss these shows. Then, of course, Certified Turkey Thursdays on Thursday, 7:00 Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And we're going to always have a good show for you. We'll have the Terpene Talk segment. We have the Certified Grow updates. And, of course, now we've just started the new series, Terpene Wars, where we are battling out to see your favorite terpene. And we're comparing two completely different terpenes and seeing which one you like the best, and find some strains and stuff that you can find those terpenes in.
Hey, SteveO, if I could, let me. I'll let you go through the whole week, and then I'll tell people the results real fast. No, you're not. I'm the one interrupting. Finish the week out, and then I'll tell everybody the results of my dip.
All right, sounds good. Fridays we've got the double header. We've got Fan Friday with Ashton Dreadful, and then Herbal Fridays with Ashley. It's 4:20 Mountain Time, 6:20 Eastern Time, 5:20 Central for Fan Friday, and then Ashley is at 9 Eastern Time, 8 Central, and then Growing with Nancy on Saturdays at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7:00 Eastern. So, that's the lineup, and thanks for making it for us, Whip.
There's a couple spots that I could change. A couple that I could fix there. Real fast, just so you know, like the pH is actually looking pretty good, somewhere around 7 or less, actually.
Yeah.
So that's not the most ideal, but it looks like it's actually more on the 6.5 side. But yeah, definitely closer, somewhere around 7. But yeah, my alkalinity is actually really, really good this week. It's mostly blue this time rather than the half green, half yellow. I think that's really about it. I'm not going to have much. I need I need more minerals in the water. Anyway, go right ahead. Sorry for the interruption.
No, that's no problem. I mean, we've been keeping up on that every week. So are you using the Calga still?
I do use a lot of Calga. Every couple days I pour, a good, let me think of a good, it's like a half cup in there.
Okay.
Maybe a little less. And I do use pH down, but not very much, like maybe once a week. So I haven't really used that in like 4 or 5 days, actually. So the pH down, the less of that I can use, the better, for sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, I mean, that's at least it's working. It used to be over 8, right?
Yeah, it's hard to maintain, but I think the mineral levels are really what I'm trying to look at now. If I can keep all that up, we're good to go.
Nice. So yeah. Anyway, this good-looking schedule that we got here, we really appreciate that. That's going to come in handy for a lot of people. Here is.
What's up, JR?
Yeah. Still on this way here for a second, but the band themselves, once actually, it was actually a really good time. They own an asphalt company, and he decided to announce that he has sold his company after grinding asphalt for 31 years.
Oh man, where's Gilo when you need him? Gilo, our friend from Hawaii.
Oh yeah, does he do fire?
I don't think he does it, but I'm sure he knows people that do, and that he's probably been around it many times.
It's a culture for sure.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. This came right down in front of us all. They did a whole concert. Were singing up on the hill with their amplifiers, and it was real nice. And then when he came down, yeah, check this out. It's only a couple minutes tops, I think, but he does.
It's entertaining.
Check out this trick right here.
He's barefoot too, man. He's grounding right now. He's like feeling one with the.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chief is going to put the fire on his feet for 30 minutes. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Check it out. He doesn't
30 minutes.
3 seconds, let alone 30 seconds. Wow.
That was about that was longer than I could have, but it wasn't 30 seconds.
No. I mean, maybe if he had some Vaseline on his feet or something, maybe 3 seconds. But,
Vaseline on the feet too. That's a good call. Or like leather, like strips, like glued to your foot. That's what you do. You glue some leather strips to the bottom of your foot. But that still get hot though.
Yeah, these videos are a little out of order.
Okay.
Check out her place.
All right, man. Does everybody like your pre-rolls?
Oh yeah, I was smoking like crazy. I had on it. Everybody knew I was going to do that.
Was everybody coming to you to get some pre-rolls?
They were asking me for bud, but I just smoked pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get high, but I wouldn't tell anybody. I only had like 10 on it.
What's up, Kim?
Does she got an awesome voice or what?
Carpenter, cutter.
I mean, she sang a lot of art and classic rock and stuff. It's really this guy singing. She stole the show over this. Hey, there she is. That's my baby girl right there. Having a little fun.
I got that song in my head. I can't. You know when you have the song in your head, but you can't fully form the words?
Yes.
It's like,
here's a
good night, Rose. Thank you for hanging out. Hey, Kim, thanks. Kim, you want to come up and hang out? I'll just throw that link out there in case anybody out there wants to pop up. If you annoy us, we'll just, put you down the chute. Just kidding. There it is. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So a duo. Oh snap!
oh yeah. Well, there's Melissa. That's Kelly's friend. She was our designated driver, and Kelly was going to go up and do it and swing it herself. Well, she did do it, but these people got in the way and stood right in front of me, and I couldn't record Kelly doing it. But this kid's
Wait,
pulled it off.
wait. So they got in the way, and you guys couldn't do it.
I couldn't record it, but Kelly only got about halfway with it. I was worried she was going to
Okay.
blow her back out just swinging the damn thing. We're not young anymore.
There's probably a trick to it.
But that's it. It looks like for that one. I do have the videos for
That
the
was still.
update, but I forgot I had to bring that second video in. So let me see here.
Wait, DJ, are you saying you're voting for Phyllis as the name of my plant here?
Yep, he was voting for that earlier.
Okay.
Let's see, this is a Kilo 5.
Philodendron. That's correct. I could just think of Billy Madison. That is correct.
I don't have those videos.
A 9-ups, Mr. or Miss Lady Kim. Hey, what's up?
Let's see if I can. Because Kelly sent me the one that was really good. No, damn it. I'm sorry. I don't. Oh, wait. We can't export your video. You can try exporting again. Yeah, that means that it's going to. Yeah, it got stuck in Clipchamp. That's what happened.
I stopped using Clipchamp a long time ago.
Well, yeah. Let me try this real quick because I can play it through a share screen through Clipchamp. I'll just play it that way. Here.
She's watching him with those eyes. DJ, you got it in your head too? Something.
Yeah. Now that
I just know it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, this is one way that we'll be able to see it here. I'll just hit play.
Yeah, you can make it bigger there too, I think.
Yeah. I don't know where that music is coming from.
Oh, it did the Clipchamp thing.
Oh, so how do I?
Yeah, you're getting music from somewhere. It's funny. There you go. Smash Lee in the house. Smash. I apologize. I need to fix that. Fix the Grow Fam schedule because it should say, Herbal Friday with Ashley. It does say Smash Lee. Might confuse some people.
I see what happened. It's playing both of those at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Audio.
The audio. Did you want
There we go.
audio?
There we go.
There it is.
Now we're okay. So yeah, these are looking good. What I'm waiting on somebody to come help me change my light out. I'm gonna get rid of that one and go to my flowers light.
How you going? All right. Dr. John. So he's a doctor. I didn't know. I just seen him come around showing love. I call him DJ.
He's not a doctor. It's just I started calling him Dr. John because it looked like
you got me, that's for sure.
It just stuck, basically,
Okay. I see it.
Audio.
What's that on the left? Oh, that's still a plant. It just looks different. I see.
Yeah. And the one there in the center, that's the world's smallest autoflower that I'm growing right now because I don't know what I'm doing. I got to get that figured out. But
sometimes it just happens with the autoflowers.
Yeah, I don't see the outdoor video in here at all. All right, well, I effed it all up tonight, so that's all I got as far as
It's all right. We got time. You can mess around with it in the background.
I effed it all up. I should have had it. I thought I had it. And I always have a problem because I record with my phone and then I try to get it into my computer. Last week's videos, I actually took even out of my iCloud and moved it somewhere, and now I can't find it because it was labeled like image 4383 or whatever it may have been. So I don't know the name of the file to even search for it. So I'm trying to search by date now. It's like I mess up all the time.
Have you tried using Google Drive?
Yeah, I do have it actually.
You get about 15 gigs of space, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And for free. And I've had pretty good luck with that. Although I don't download the videos and put them, or I don't download the clips and pictures and put them into a video anymore. I actually find it nicer that I can zoom in and look, like scroll around on a picture the way that I do it now. So anyway.
I try to put them all into a folder so that I can do the same thing. I can just use my media player, and then that way, I've got control of volume, everything, and
makes sense. Yeah.
This time I saw it had make a video, so it would take it to ClipChamp. So I was like, oh, this is nice and easy, Well, no, it wasn't, obviously. Nice.
Well, the only thing you don't get by using media player is you can't zoom in on the pictures. So you've got still pic. You don't take still pictures, I guess. You've been just taking video. I take still pictures too, and video. I try to, because then you can use them for different things.
I wish I could zoom in with my mouse using my scroll wheel.
He's even angrier and more hot dog water. Angry hot dog water is the name. Daryl says search by date. Yeah, probably good. Probably.
That's what I'm on to next. Yeah.
If anybody would like to come up and have a little post-show sesh with us, we welcome you up here. But that is the what's growing on portion tonight. I did want to. I'm gonna start to look into what I want to fill the living soil bed with. I have a lot of amendments here, but what do I want the main body to be? And secondly, do I want something like some kind of a absorbent mat or sponge at one end, and then like raise the table up like a half an inch or something on the other end? You know what I mean, SteveO? And then what I can do is have this sort of natural irrigation happening where the water will end up trickling down the table to the low end. And if there's no hole in the table, which I could do, I could go that route too and try to make a hole and get silicone and do all this, have a drain or whatever. That's a lot of work, right? So if I could just make it where I know the water is mostly going to be on one end, then I can I can clear away some of the table to where I can see the bottom so that I can know like whether it's like puddling up, and I could put something there to absorb water. Now, you probably know a thing or two about perlite. Perlite, I believe, I'd have to look it up to be sure, but what I remember being told is that perlite absorbs a lot of moisture. Is that something that you know of with perlite? Because I'll have to Google search this.
It absorbs a little moisture, but it's there to break up the soil so that water can pass through.
I see. Well, what I want something that will absorb moisture and then release it over time. And I can't just put a regular old sponge in there. I'd want something like maybe some kind of absorbent mat. I don't know. I'm imagining things, and maybe I just be better off putting a drain in the table, and then raising 3 out of the 4 legs, and having just one leg be the low corner, and have a drain in that corner. But the table has a thin metal sheet of sheet metal, I should say, and there are some spaces around it where I could maybe cut a hole just straight into the it's the liner, the pond liner it's called, and it's a pretty thick, plastic pond liner. It's not the hard shell, it's the kind that rolls out, but it's still very hard to like manipulate, kind of thick. And so I could put a hole right into that, get me a plug of some kind that I could just silicone in, and then have an exit hole. But then I'll have like living soil coming out, so I'd have to have some kind of really good filter right over the top of that.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Maybe have like a barrier around it, like I have some like 3 or 4 inch PVC pipe that I cut off, so like a little section of it, and I could put that in and silicone it around and put just some holes in it, but then it would still end up getting. Anyway, there's a lot of ways to filter soil, but for the most part, if it comes down into the reservoir underneath with fish, then I'll just have to make sure I keep cleaning that out, and put that good muck, put that good soil covered, or the muck covered soil, I should say, back up in the table later. Nice, like, fish emulsions and whatever soil that's gotten down in the tank. It should cycle all the way back through if I keep cleaning it up, stirring it up, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm done talking about it, but it is a big, compost, John Doe. Not 100% sure what you mean there, but I believe you. Jenny from the block in the house. What's up, Jenny? Hello. So Joe thinks one hole may have to be big and may still get clogged. Maybe line that part with rocks or something. Yeah, that's a good call. Rocks. I do want rocks in there anyway, because one way to naturally get minerals back into my water is to sort of mimic a river or a little bubbling brook or whatever, a little creek, to mimic that. And the way that water is getting more minerals is it's running over those rocks and soaking up some of that good stuff. I need copper. I need a good source of copper. I actually need more copper in my diet. I don't know if you saw much of that conversation I had with Mr. Hamad on last Wednesday, but talking about copper made me really wonder how I can get more copper in my diet. A lot of people get more iron in their diet thinking that's going to help them, but we talked about the differences, and I can't remember the details, but it sounds like copper is a little more important, at least from Hamad's point of view. I believed him. It was a really good conversation. So
yeah, I thought that he was really smart, and I felt like he knew a lot of things that he had even personal experience with. So.
Right, but I always come back to it for him, because some people do digest meats better or easier, and some people digest plants easier. It's hard to say who you are unless you do the work.
Good point.
Like if you've never tried to go one way or the other, you really don't know what your proclivity is the right word, or whether your strengths or weaknesses are in food. Because think about your body as a factory, and it's like some your factory might be better with certain foods. Definitely sugar is it, and I know it is such a killer. But they are right though. When I did the carnivore diet, even for 3 weeks, I think I wasn't quite over my sugar addiction just yet. But even during that time, I started craving sugar a lot less, and I really started craving the meat more because my body was put into what's called ketosis, and you go where your body produces ketones to convert your fat that you're intaking from all that meat into usable energy. I don't know the full details, don't quote me, but I believe I don't think it's turning them into carbohydrates, but maybe that's that's part of the process, but it is converting your fat into usable energy and the fat that you eat, which means that you can just eat fat like like a carnivore. Like you ever done that, Steve, where you had a steak and this big fatty piece and you're just like, nah. I'm like, I'm not big on that, right? But you would. You would if you went carnivore for a few weeks, man. Even for a few days. You would be like, not because you're starving, but because it's like the craving. It's a different, your body is telling you, oh, that's good stuff right there. I need some of that. And it's, man, you just like, I never thought I would have that type of craving. And man, it was a hell of an experience. I got to try it again. I got to get back to it, at least maybe for a little while. I honestly think my body does not run well on all the stuff that I like to eat, bread and sweets and, all this garbage, all of this juices and everything. I'm drinking a lot more water. I'll allow myself like a glass of juice, with my dinner or something like that. And that's about it. Like I'm really trying to cut back, but I do have a lot of sugar still in this house. And I'm like, well, we're going to eat it, but I'm really going to, the biggest key is to not buy it, Hello, McFly, hello. Do not buy it. Well, there's some sugars that's good for you, like honey. We talked about that, and I talked about it in a space I was with a friend of mine on the X. Her name's called Apothecarol. Is her name, Apothecarol? And we were talking about bees and honey and all this, and honey is. I've talked about honey obviously before with my friend Luke from Riverview Road Apiary. Shouts out who won the monthly giveaway from Riverview Road Apiary. Let's find out. It was Perry Wood. Perry Wood won the monthly $15 gift card to riverviewroadapiary.com. Anyway, we were talking about bees and honey and how the sugar in honey is not the same. It's already digested sugar, so it's a different sort of state. Kind of like when we talk about THCA, THCO, THC, YMCA, whatever. It's similar to that, but it's like a different state. So Steve-O, you being a diabetic, what did they tell you about honey? Is honey something that you're supposed to stay away from, or is it something that's good for you? What's up?
Honey is a great alternative sweetener, but it's different the way your body processes it. But I'm allowed to have it in normal quantities. A little bit in my oatmeal in the morning or whatever. It's no big deal. But like Margaret makes the cookies with honey, medicated honey, and that's all that's needed with this cookie. And she uses a stevia, a fake sweetener, in the cookie itself. So you can eliminate all sugar, going that way.
I've not tried stevia. Can you just take a big spoon of stevia? Like, I don't know.
It has a chemically little bit of an aftertaste to it if you do it like that. I wouldn't just put it on a piece of fruit or anything, in my opinion. But there's other alternatives as well that are better. But honey goes through your liver, I think, or something like that.
That's what Joe was saying. What I've heard, what I just recently heard, is that it has a lot of microbial bacteria, like good, like stomach biome type stuff. What do you call it? Probiotics in that honey, and it's almost like if you feel sick, or if you're having like a tummy ache, or if you're having like I had, I don't know if it was food poisoning. I think I had made some fish and it wasn't fully finished yet, and I wasn't feeling well. And man, like a spoonful of honey now, I'm taking it each day. She's grown stevia. Ashley has. Ashley, if you want to pop up, you're welcome. About 20 more minutes to kill. If you want to pop up. But yeah, Joe says he thinks, or he heard that the grizzly part of the meat, or like the grizzle, you mean, part of the meat is not good to eat. I doubt it. I don't like the grizzle for sure. I don't eat that part. But like there's like a sort of there's part of the fat that's actually soft and juicy, like that's really good when you're super hungry and like that's like all you're eating. Man, it's super good. And I know people that like that part anyway. But when I was on the carnivore diet, it was just this sort of, I don't know, the sort of primal feeling that I felt, not because I was just overly hungry, but because my body craved it. It's so cool, actually. So cool. Literally tastes like sugar leaf. Oh, so you can eat the leaf, eat sugar leaves. Interesting. That'd be an interesting salad, right? Like they should make a dessert salad. It's all good. I'll chill here. Okay, no worries at all, Miss Smashley. I just didn't. I was like, well, you're still here and you're in the conversation. You might as well. But I do appreciate everybody hanging out, and make sure if you haven't yet, go over there to SteveO's X account, Siir SteveO on X. Well, cheers to that, SteveO. I'm gonna be looking for some more dabbage, or I'm gonna start making the rosin. I did get the piece. I got this triangular shaped netting. Let me show this to you here.
You want me to bring it up?
I don't know. Probably not. It's no big deal. It's just the micron bag. Oh.
Yeah, that's the one.
My other computer crash, or StreamYard crash. Rebooting it now.
For comments tonight.
Say again.
Ashley. Oh, it's all good. She says that she'll chill in the comments tonight.
What sounds disgusting, Elisa May? Are you showing the love, Elisa May? Is that what you're doing?
She might be talking about something we said.
A triangle mesh bag. Look, SteveO.
Yeah. That's the one you needed to dunk.
It's a weird shape, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bigger than I need, but I'm only going to fill it a little bit.
It's a micron filter bag too, so it's not letting plant material out into your hash.
So what is this supposed to do? So it's going to hold in all the plant material, but all of the good stuff is coming out?
The small, fine, like,
the trichomes and...
That's, especially the first wash. You want it to be all trichomes. That's why you want it to be in the freezer first.
Oh,
so they'll break off. What did you say, sorry?
Well, I need to freeze it.
Yeah, you need to ask Joe for sure, but from what I understand, you need to freeze it first because then it breaks off easier. The frozen trichomes. Yeah, I'd say you got enough to process for a minute. They're going to call you Captain Grams.
I don't know how good it's going to be, but... but it will be. It'll be better. It'll be in a better state than it is in now. That's for sure. Cheers.
Cheers.
So you're trimming in the freezer. Oh, the fat, Elisa says, the gross. Yeah, it's only gross until you're like, oh, this is so good. Like, because if you get your body into that ketosis, It's hard to describe, but I guess I am describing it. But it was an interesting feeling. I felt very primal. You know, give me that steak. You know, give me
Right.
the bacon, whatever. Anything fatty didn't matter. Didn't matter what the fatty meat was, because you that was your fuel. Like you, so it was like you lose weight, but that's like sort of side. It's a side effect or a byproduct of doing the diet. So you feel really good. You have to drink a lot of water. I mean, not a lot, but you want to increase your water intake for sure because of the higher protein. But other than that,
Yeah, because there's a difference between ketosis and ketoacidosis. And us diabetics, when we go into ketoacidosis, we get sick as a dog.
so you have to eat something with sugar every now and then on purpose. Is that what that when you say I need to eat something? Is it? I always forget what it is, like a cracker or something, or does it have to be something with sugar?
Now, see, I don't get low blood sugar ever. So I'm not one of those that I'll be like, oh, you got to rescue me with some orange juice or whatever. But my body, however, like a lot of diabetics, when we get hungry, we feel very low, even though we're not. We're not actually low. We'll get lethargic, but our blood sugar isn't low. So there's that. But no, I don't have to typically have something with sugar or whatever. In fact, I just stay away from sugar as much as possible. But I do feel good when I have like a little bit of orange juice, which isn't very good for my blood sugar at all. But if I drink a pop, like if I drink some soda, man, I don't feel good. I start to immediately get a headache, and I just don't like it. But once you're used to not having it, you don't want it.
That thick, like syrupy taste when you haven't had it in a while.
Yes, it's just like chewing on sugar bits. It feels like.
Actually says carbs are good though. That's the thing. Like that's been the thinking. Like most nutritionists would say that it's been like the general thinking, but things are being sort of challenged now, at least to say the least. Missy, what's up? Hello. John Doe coming in very strong, very hot and moist. This seems like his strongest anger reaction tonight to date. We're not sure 100% what he's reacting to, but for sure it is a moist hot dog in the mix.
There's always one.
I don't see how ketosis is good. Well, I don't see how it's bad. Diabetes is scary. I found quite a few of my patients called. Well, think about it. Cancer is fueled by sugar. I heard recently that if it's cancer cells have to have sugar to survive. So Ashley, to my point, I believe that a carnivore diet for a short-term cleanse, couple months, few months, whatever, a short-term cleanse, I don't see it as a long-term thing, but I know people that do, and if it's helping them with, like, say, autoimmune problems, which is supposedly what it does best. But to your point, like, I mean, I'm going to come back to some carbs. I think if I can just keep it way on the lower side and do things like use honey and sativa, or what do you guys call it, SteveO. And what I have some ideas on using honey, like honey bacon. Also using honey on like some cashews in a jar. Throw some nuts in a jar, like some nice plain nuts. You throw a little honey in there, leave it sit for a couple days. I'm diabetic also, Missy says. Okay. Yeah, it's a big thing, and I don't want to get to that point, and maybe I might be almost there now, and I don't know it. You know what I mean? Basically starving your body out of desperate want of results.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's not really about losing weight, though. Ashley, the carnivore diet is not a weight loss diet. It's a cleanse diet for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I would say, although that's my opinion. I don't know what they actually say out there in the they land.
I mean, I would love to just eat nothing but bacon and steak and hamburger, and that would be good. But in the long run, what's that do for your arteries too? I think you have to have a balance of, and no veggies though. They say no vegetables at all, right? I mean, even friend Hamad, he said he doesn't eat vegetables at all.
He says he eats like a cake every once in a while, like every month or couple months or something. Like he eats carbs.
Okay.
He just doesn't. He's not a strict carnivore. Like I kind of put those words, I guess, out there. I said, so you're like a carnivore diet, and I think he was just saying, yes, I'm a carnivore mostly, but to his credit, he wasn't a 100% carnivore diet person. He was eating avocado. He said cucumbers. He said a few other things. Missy, moderation is key. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm not saying no veggies ever. But you try it. If you ever tried it, like you would be surprised at how good you feel 2 days later, 2 days into it. I could boil your meat too. I don't have to be fried. It don't have to be fried. Yeah, that's for sure. You don't want to always fry, but fried meat that's not like covered in what do you call it? Breading. That's already like a step in the right direction. And frying it with different oils, not vegetable oil, using things like, well, olive oil is good, but it's not
for frying, really.
Yeah, well, not frying, but like to use it in a skillet to like saute things, maybe at a low temperature. I think it's a low temperature type oil.
I think peanut oil is the newest, the latest.
Okay. Oh, tallow. Hamad was saying tallow.
Tallow, yeah.
Yeah, or straight butter. I use straight butter if I can believe the label.
And tallow is just rendered fat, right? Is that right? Rendered fat.
Yeah, I believe so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe that's what that's what he was saying about the iron, is that we're holding on to the iron because we don't have enough copper and other things. That makes a lot of sense, because it's like, I need more iron because it's not showing up in tests, but it's in the cells. It's just not being.
Yeah, he wanted to get on Amazon and order copper supplements immediately. The way he talked about it.
Well, I don't know. Was that I didn't hear his solution for copper? Like, was it a supplement? Because I don't think.
He said yes.
There's probably some foods maybe that have copper in them. We gotta maybe do some research. I cut my carbs to 50 a day. I started dropping weight. You have to have carbs in order for your kidneys and other organs to work properly. Why is that, though? I guess we'll have to look this up, because I don't know why. And these are things that are being challenged currently, like the last 2 years, I would say, maybe 3 years, maybe more, maybe 4 years ish. It's been a sort of fad, and then it started to catch steam or catch, what's the other word? Motion. No, there's another freaking word, but it started to get catch a little bit of wind, I guess. And then I started seeing doctors doing it to test it, to say, oh, this isn't good for you. There's no way this will be good for you. Let's do some tests for it. And we talked about it that day with Hamad. But that to me was like, okay, like let me see what these doctors are doing when they're trying to debunk it. They're trying to tell you, they're trying to prove all the things that you guys are saying in the comments. Not everybody, but the people who are saying that you have to have carbs. They were trying to prove that's correct, but they did not. They could not prove it. So I can't point you to a doctor, but it would be an interesting search now to see if there's anything out there new that might be a little more current on the matter. But I do know a doctor, which is not a medical doctor, but Dr. Jordan Peterson has been on a carnivore diet for several years now. I know we've talked about this before. I feel like we're going in circles, but we do have a lot of new people watching the show, SteveO. We are growing, man. We are doing good. We're doing the Lord's work here, and I don't mean that in some kind of holier than thou way, but look at people like Smashley and Elisa May, and I don't know who else is in the comments. Maybe Missy does content too, but both of those ladies do plant content. Smashy does several, multiple live shows now about plants and herbs, and like it's awesome to see the growing, no pun intended, community, and Grow Fam is a huge part of that. Like when I saw that, it was like, oh, it could be part of that. It's like basically lined up with exactly my plan was to build a community around growers, and everybody's technically a grower if you're stuck on like a desert island. I guess not desert island. We call it deserted island. If you're stuck on a deserted island, you are a farmer now. Congratulations. Like you better gather, learn how to figure out the wildlife. Like farmers have to do not just plant, food, but they're out in the middle of the country most of the time. They got to know how to handle themselves against wildlife. You got all kinds of predators, killing the chickens, killing the cattle. There's all kinds of dangers. You basically got to be a frontiersman to be a farmer. Not everywhere. There's small farms and like within city limits and things like that. But you get my point there. Farmers have to be like hunters and gatherers and all of it. Unless you just pay someone to do that stuff for you. Get a bunch of dogs.
Yeah.
I still got to have some knowledge about it, though, I guess, if you're going to be out there.
Missy's writing a book on carbs right now.
They're essential. They're proper functioning. Okay, but you said that before. Let's see why it says this. During digestion, carbohydrates break down into simple sugars or blood glucose, which is absorbed into the bloodstream and used by the body for energy. Okay, yeah, but that happens with ketosis. The body can also store extra carbohydrates in the liver and muscles for later use. Well, we store fat as well. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not okay. Don't let me stand on my words. Just let me stand on. Well, I'll stand on my words, but what I mean is, let me stand on the fact that I am not an expert. What I did do was a lot of research on this before I got into it myself, and there's a lot of research out there. There's a lot of YouTube videos where, and not like you can look up the information that you ladies are talking about that is basically established knowledge on carbohydrates, but a lot of that is being challenged. Is all I'm saying. I did it for like 3 weeks. I'm not even an expert on carnivore diet. I can tell you how it made me feel. It made me feel awesome. Except, cannabis really makes me love like a milkshake every now and then. You know what I'm saying? So it sucked me back into the sugar train. But I guess maybe I didn't stick to it long enough or whatever. But my point is, I'm seeing people smarter than me talk about it in surprising ways, and they are surprised about it. They didn't expect it. They expected to find the same stuff you're finding. And I should look some of that up, actually. I'll find you a couple of doctors. Some of it might be from doctors who were, silenced over COVID or whatever it is. And a lot of that happened. So I'll find you guys some information on it. You still get vitamins and minerals from meat. And in fact, this is what's happening with the carnivore diet. There are small amounts of vitamins and minerals in meat, but when you are not eating all of the other complex things like plant material, I'm sorry, but they're finding out you do not need fiber if you do not eat plants. That is a thing they found out with this trial, with this fad, this whole craze, the carnivore diet. They find out that plant material, the fibers in plants, is what you need fiber for digesting. And they say again, I don't have a lab right here to like prove myself, but the meat having small amounts of vitamins and minerals, your body ends up using it at a much higher efficiency rate. So when we think we're eating vitamins a lot of times while we're still eating all the other stuff, breads and sugars and stuff, I'm not saying the healthiest diet. I just mean like an average diet. Say if I am eating a supplement for vitamin C, a lot of times I believe I'm getting more vitamin C, But what's happening is that vitamin C bonds to other foods and it will flush right out of my system. And there are certain foods that bond to vitamins different ways, and I don't know all the different combinations. The one thing I remember was like it was like tortilla chips that bond to vitamin C, and so you end up flushing it out of your system. It absorbs it and takes it out of your system, and then you like thought you were being super healthy with this like supplement, and you just lost it all. This is what I'm seeing people have a problem with, and so you're using it at a much higher efficiency, right?
See,
But what you're saying, Ashley, what you said here actually still lines up with what I'm saying. So I don't think we're all on the wrong page. I think we're all not all on different pages. I think we're coming to a new thing.
we are getting there.
Stool is for now because he does eat a few more carbs. Another topic that has a lot of debate. Oh yeah, it is a big topic for sure. And again, I come back to the fact that every person has to figure themselves out to see what their own body is. Hey, there she she's saying it as I'm thinking it as well.
Yeah.
Everybody is different. It's good for me, may not work for you. Exactly. Yes, Missy. I was just going to say that. I always point that out. This is what worked for me. But here's the thing, though. Here's what works for everyone, and I can say this for sure, is if you can cut your own diet back to very few things, if not one thing. And that's like, say, just for me, it could be just a ribeye steak once a day for a few days. And then you slowly add something back to it, greens, veggies, whatever you want, but you slowly do it one thing at a time, and you maybe keep a journal, whatever, and you figure out what things might cause you inflammation or bloat or autoimmune issues, whatever it is that you might be feeling now, fatigue, all these things, and you add them in one at a time back in. And to Smashley's point, obviously try to figure out how to take in more vital minerals and the different micronutrients and macronutrients, whichever way you go, whether that's a all meat thing or just even a keto diet includes plants and meat, but it's a different kind of low carb type diet. And there's a bunch of different ones. And I wouldn't say like pick a diet. That's what I'm saying. Each person can do figure their own diet out. You might come up with a whole weird, wacky diet of list of things that I can eat, list of things that I shouldn't eat. And it's like your list. No one else, it's not a good list for anybody else but you. So we see where we at here. Only thing that's reusable is whole foods. Synthetic raises mortality rates. Ooh, yeah, that's gross. What do you mean synthetic? Synthetic like vegetable? Synthetic can't be reused or stored in your body as cells. Synthetic can't be reused. Joe does watch the guy that goes live, who is very smart and knows a lot about that. What guy? What guy, Lisa? Jordan Peterson. Yes, the whole spectrum. Yeah, for sure. I'm 41 years old and in pretty good health. Never been in the hospital for anything. Better knock on some wood. Eat all 5 food groups. Yeah, they find that the whole food pyramid was just a big crock.
Yeah, right? Isn't that amazing?
It was just a big crock. Like,
I mean, we're talking that forever, the food pyramid.
I got to stay away from dairy. I think it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not lactose intolerant, but I just don't think dairy is good for us. But I love lots of different dairy. Who doesn't love ice cream or, like I actually did try some non-dairy vegan ice cream that was super good at the event I went to last week. And man, I should get some of that because that made me feel like I was eating ice cream. And I'm like, oh, there's no dairy in this.
Kelly gets me lactate milk, and I don't know if I need it, but it tastes the same, so I just drink it because that's what she gets me.
Tastes about the same, yeah. So they say nut milk is actually not good, not very good for us. It's high in estrogen.
Oh, no.
Well, soy milk is. Maybe I might be wrong about the nut milk. Actually, let me take that back. But I know soy milk is high in estrogen. And if you're a man, yeah, you're gonna have Robert Paulson middies.
I already got middies.
middies from the Fight Club movie. He's got big old middies.
I don't know how big mine are, but they're bigger than my liking.
Well, I am doing knee push-ups now. I am able to do knee push-ups now, so not a whole lot. Like I'm taking it as easy as I can, but my shoulder is feeling a little bit better enough, at least that it can hold some of my weight. After going to the chiropractor, shouts out to Dr. Church. He did pop through. He said he stumbled upon a live stream I was doing where I was shirtless. I was like, oh, that was just a regular me hanging out. That wasn't my show. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I always have a shirt on when I go live. No way would I sit in front of the camera without it.
Yeah, I had to give him some nipple candy once in a while, you know.
Is that what you think?
I think I had about 4 people watching, you know.
Oh,
Hey,
well.
listen, that's you know, it might be 4 more than most, so I appreciate the nipple watchers out there. Maybe people came through to watch the nipples later on. I don't know.
One eye for an eye.
Eye for an eye. Alan, I'm 52. The only veggies I eat, I grow. I eat no beef protein or dairy, and stopped having stomach issues 2 years ago.
You might have Crohn's or something like that. Yeah.
The no dairy, I think, is huge, and it would be hard for me to say if the beef thing is a problem.
Cheese?
They say,
cheese, bro.
What's that? No cheese? Yeah, no cheese, man.
Yeah. But you know, if you buy like Kraft American, it doesn't really have any cheese in it. It's all chemicals, so you can have that, I guess, because it's not even real cheese. I guess in order to be called cheese, it only has to be like, you know, a certain percentage has to be real cheese. The rest can be all that monoglutamate, whatever, you know, and everything else.
I love cheese too, man. I love cheese. I love ice cream. I love cake. But
I love ice cream.
Cannabis loves that. And you know what I don't love is you know, feeling like I gotta lean back, you know, if my guts feel getting too heavy.
Yeah, whenever you start to get to where after you eat, you got to loosen your belt. You know that you put on a couple pounds. Yeah.
Got a problem for sure. And I'm not gonna lie, I need to get more active. Even though my shoulder hurts, I can still jog a little bit. You know. And,
really?
You know, my dog likes to run around with me, so it's like it's 2 birds, 1 stone, 1 dog.
Get that heart pumping.
1 dog. Good evening, William. What's up? Cindy says processed cheese food, but Kraft adds milk to theirs. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I wonder if there's a better way. Like, go to a nice deli that has, like, you know, a nice big block of like real cheese, and that might be, I don't know if I dare say healthier, but I don't think it's about the processed cheese in the store. I think it's just about cheese in general, lactose and lactose. I don't know what it is that we call it, but it's not great for us. Look at some interviews with some of these like athletes, like big muscly type people. I believe, if I am not mistaken, Hulk Hogan, brother, said it one time. He was like, you know, stay away from cheese. Cheese will kill you. Like, cheese is the devil or whatever. Like, he said it like pretty adamantly. I don't remember what all he said exactly, but he was on, I think, Joe Rogan Experience and was talking about cheese, that you stay away from all dairy. Not cheese. Sorry, dairy. All dairy. But yes, cheese, obviously, but a little more broad than that. So, I don't know. What do you all think out there? I don't know. It might be maybe if you're trying to be bodybuilder or something, I guess, maybe in that case. But I believe what's good for them is what's good for the goose is good for the guy who's not a goose. You know? Is it bright there? No, Perry. These are actually screen sunglasses, not sun. Wait, what am I? They're screen protector glasses. I don't know how to put it. UV? No, that's not right. They're not sunglasses. Perry. These are actually for the screen. And I had a migraine. I'm actually feeling pretty good now. Ooh, that sucks taking them off. Ooh. Here, I'll show you. These are actually to keep you from, from the yellow light staring at the computer screens for too long. Blue light, yeah. So these aren't actually for sun. Look, man, I can't help it. They make me look badass. I am sorry about that, but they are not sunglasses. I promise. Cindy says, I don't think you have to give up dairy altogether. I don't know. Maybe if dairy is like a lot of calories, but do we need it? Just eat good dairy and cut down. Okay, I'll cut down for sure. We can all agree on that. Like butter is now good, and margarine that's me again.
Yeah.
I keep having to refresh the screen for some reason. Yeah, margarine, butter. Margarine, I don't know about. Margarine is almost plastic. Yes. Margarine's not good. Butter's good. Originally meant to feed chickens. Tallow. I want to get some tallow. They didn't work as they sold it to the humans.
That would be a great flavor enhancer, you would think, for the beef if you cook it with that.
Moderation is key. Moving enough to burn it off. Yeah, that's a big thing. You see, like I feel like I can eat my. Well, that's even if I was able to. And here is the kicker. And we talked about the other day with diabetics. It doesn't necessarily happen because you get overweight. You can be somebody like who eats mostly sugar, but also does a lot of activity to keep it down, keep your body thin, but you end up still overloading your cells with sugar. So that's what I'm afraid of. It's like, okay, for a long time I thought, well, if I could get back into exercising, if I could keep active, if I can keep active, I could still go ahead and eat my, whatever I want to eat, donuts or some shit. And then I'm cool because I'm counteracting it by exercising. Well, now I'm finding out, no, I'm going to want to change that whole thinking up altogether, right? I've learned in my journey that you can't out-exercise a bad intake of food. Yes, unfortunately. That is true, Smash. That's what I was coming to the realization. I mean, I've known this probably for a while. Like cheat days really have to be limited if you want to still eat fake food. Okay. So yeah, if you want to eat that garbage stuff, you want to go like once a month, once every couple months, maybe give yourself a cheat. I still have a slice of pizza now and again, but I don't have mozzarella balls as a daily snack anymore. Well, isn't mozzarella like zero carb? Pretty sure my mozzarella is one of them that you can eat with the carnivore diet. You can actually eat mozzarella with carnivore. I think you can eat there's something else. You can eat butter. There's a few things, but as long as it comes from an animal, like bone broth and stuff like that. My husband lives on sugar. He's 5'9" and wears a size 32. Never gains weight. Well, you better make sure he realizes cholesterol can work differently than what we think. Like it doesn't always make us look like we don't always see it visually, at least from what we have seen or recently and talked to guests about and stuff. So again, I'm not an expert, but hopefully he's all good. He eats meat and I gain it. Or he eats and I gain it. Nice. Well, that's a wonderful talent that he has. Gives it to you. He's being generous. He's being healthy. Maybe he's hoping it will go in certain areas. Just kidding. He's like, here, honey, have this. Like, what is that movie with Jim Carrey where he gets to be God for the day or whatever? It's Bruce Almighty or.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Bruce Almighty.
Well, there's the other one, Almighty. Is Evan Almighty with the guy from Office Space where he gets to get powerful. But yeah, Bruce Almighty, where he's like, he gives Jennifer Aniston a little extra weight, if you know what I mean. His cholesterol is fine. Interesting. I don't remember if he said cholesterol was the way to tell if your cells are overrun with sugar. I can't remember what it was, but that's what happens is when your pancreas that makes what's your liver or kidney? I forget what it was that makes your insulin. What is it, SteveO?
It's your pancreas.
Pancreas. Okay, I was right the first thing. So that will shut down. The pump will stop. The pumping will stop pumping, and then you end up with having to take shots for that insulin. So I wonder if that's a way to tell before, other than cholesterol. I'm not sure. I used to make my own from a friend, dairy cow. Ooh, that'd be interesting. So I ate a lot of it. Like real butter, you mean, Alan? That'd be interesting. I bet it's different. I bet it hits different. What do you think, SteveO?
Yeah, I guarantee.
Eat what the hell I want. Yeah, well, I don't know. Live like I'm dying. Yeah, I hear that. You could die tomorrow on slipping on a roller skate, when you're the healthiest person in the world. So I love that phrase and everything. But I got to think of it this way too. We are privileged. The older we get, we're privileged to get to that point, and so however far you can make it in this relay race, I guess, endurance race, it's a privilege, right? He never sits still. He's very active in his job. He's very physical. He eats a ton of sugar. Interesting. Must be eating it like in combination with some other things, like sugary carrots. Just kidding. Something like
I found that video. I found that video. It's a quick video of the outdoor plants if you want to check it out. You can look how yellow some of those leaves are getting, and it's not even bugs.
Yeah, a little closer.
Let me.
It's cow man.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if I do this, does that make a difference?
Yes, it does. It doesn't get a whole lot bigger, but it makes it easier to see. That's for sure.
That's what she said.
Yes.
All right, here, let me play it. It's only 3 minutes, but they're flowering nicely though. But the only thing is that that's a lot of leaves to have to pull. But this time there's no bugs.
So they're gonna flower until October.
Yeah, they usually finish up at the end of October. 2 months.
That makes sense, yeah. Mine outside wasn't really flowering much. It was like a tiny bit of pre-flowering. This is a lot more for sure.
Yeah, these are definitely flowering. They're going to be big boys. I'm afraid I'm going to have a hard time with holding these bad babies up. But, at least they're not real bushy, though. They're sticking straight up. They should be able to hold some weight, but I'm going to need to put some support in there for them.
Here's what you do, bro. You put them in a triangular shape. They don't have to be butted up against each other. In fact, you wouldn't want to do that. But you put them in triangular shape, and then you can tie. You could put bamboo, one stick of bamboo in each pot, and then tie a stick of bamboo from one to the next in a triangle shape. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. That's a good idea.
They would be a lot harder to fall over that way. Because then you tie the center stalk to the bamboo stick, right? And then you end up having 2 sticks going out that you can help tie up other branches and things too.
Yeah. Well, what I've noticed about these leaves? It's all from the center out. That so it's making me think that there's a deficiency of some sort.
Cullen says the fading of leaves shows the natural shift in mobile nutrients. If it was a deficiency found on mobile nutrient, there would be fading at the top.
Okay, that's what I was asking. There's something to do with that. So I just need to pluck. I mean, that's basically all I need to do. Because
Shifting mobile nutrients. I would try. Do you have any foliar spray?
I do. I have food. I have food spray.
Maybe try a little bit of that too.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose. You know, I thought it. You know, the spray is. You know, for to quickly repair deficiencies. So
Oh, I
that,
thought it was just like a light nutrient that you can mist on it outside. But to Cullen's point, I guess you don't. Maybe that's not the case. What he's saying is it's just showing that it's shifting where it's giving where it's sending nutrients because it's in flower.
right.
Then you start to see your fall colors eventually. Okay, I think that makes sense.
There we go. Thanks for letting me play that.
Yeah, well, we were trying to see it earlier.
Took me a while to figure out where it was, but you know, or how to actually play it. I had to play it from the iCloud.
Pause this music. All right, well, that's those are looking beautiful, man. I definitely have some processing to do, so that'll get me through maybe my next grow. Not sure. We'll see. I don't know. I'd be happy with a few grams out of all that because it was some outdoor stuff from the year before that, probably didn't have like the biggest amount of THC on it. I don't know. It smells like it might, but we'll see. Alan says they're looking good. Yours are looking good. Cindy says the flowering looks great, Sir SteveO. I would get rid of the big leaves. All the energy is going to the buds. Yeah, I would be peeling a bunch or snagging a bunch of the big leaves off for now, and then, but yeah, triangle shape, I think. Or well, wait, how many are there?
4.
Well, I'm sorry, triangle doesn't make sense. Let's call it a square.
Yeah.
You tie you do that in a square, and then you end up having like a whole middle area where you could like tie.
So yeah, I typically just take the 6-foot poles that I have and I stick them straight down the edge of the pot, and I'll put 3 of them, 4 of them, whatever it needs. They'll be sticking straight up the middle of the branches, and then I'll tie the center of the branches to hold themselves up to those posts.
So that makes sense, but what you're trying to guard against is if they would like the whole thing would get tipped over. So you could do it that way, but then still tie them to each other in a 4-way pattern. You know what I mean? To widen its base.
And I got these big paper blocks to prop up against them so that they don't blow over. But
oh, that's cool.
The sticks are just there to hold up branches. They're not there to keep it from falling over. That's for sure.
I see. So you have other means of. I was imagining how you could use those, because I have some nice big, 6-foot tall, bamboo rods, and you could tie them in a circle and make those keep the plants from tipping over.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because they'd be all the way to the bottom of the pot, and then also tied to the base of the main trunk of the plant, of the tree. Anyway, I can envision it, but to your point, having a nice weight to put around the bottom is going to be better. Yeah. But you want to tie up the branches for sure.
Lean 2 of them up against each side. They're like 12 by 12 brick papers, and just lean them up against it, and that just keeps it from and making sure that they're watered. Because typically during the storm, they're going to get so soaked, they're going to be so heavy, they're not going to want to fall over naturally anyway. But when you get those wind gusts, when you've got big buds and stuff, it's a whole lot different than having a veg plant sitting there where the wind can whip through it and just take some leaves off.
Right.
And I mean, it's a big difference when they're flowering.
That's true, and they start getting heavy. So it's coming.
October is nervous month because, you got to go out there in the morning, man, and, shake them and stuff and get all that damn dew off and everything because of mold. Especially if you've got super huge buds. It's a very nervous time. I think I'm going to get a leaf blower. In fact, I had one, but somebody messed with it here at the house and screwed it up. But I'm going to get an electric one, just a cheap one, just to go out there and just blow them off.
Yep.
That'll protect them,
Just be careful. Don't get too close. Might blow them over.
No, yeah, obviously. But yeah, I worry about that so much because October can be a really wet month around here.
Cindy says she sent me a couple of pictures.
Oh, okay. What's up, Josh? Thanks for your advice, Colin. Yeah, I mean, if the plant's going to put all the energy into those buds, it looks like that's exactly what it's doing. It's getting rid of all those other leaves. So I'll just get rid of them, and it's going to get its first dose of bloom nutrients and the sweetener probably tomorrow.
Let me pull up a couple pictures from Miss Cindy Lou.
There we go. That'd be nice.
There she is with her. And guys, you don't know this, but Cindy is 7 feet tall.
Man, that's a big plant. Wow, nice job, Cindy. Woo! Congratulations. Damn.
It's too much for her. Sorry, Mrs. Schaefer. Keep growing on, brother. Yeah, hell yeah. The twisted number 2 are crazy tall. I'm 5'4", she said. Okay. So she's 5'4". That thing is, it's over probably
wow.
6'5".
Yeah. It's probably pushing 7 feet tall.
Taller than the sun. It's putting the sunflowers to shame.
Yeah.
It's saying, oh, you poor little short things, sunflowers. Not much, man. Ate some blue, some type of shroomies this morning. Okay. Feeling good.
Wow, you took a nice shroom nap.
Shroom nap. My third year growing. Oh, wow. That is pretty good. I'm definitely about the same amount of time, but yours are looking nice. It looks like you grow some other things outside, too. We always like to see that.
Yeah, nice job, Cindy. Congratulations. Hats off to you.
Way to go, Miss Cindy. We'll give you a indoor farmer round of applause. Love the kind of flowers. Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. If you're out there and you haven't followed us yet, please do that. Go check out our Facebook groups if you're on the Facebook, Certified Army on Facebook, and also, why is this not? Okay, it wouldn't come on. It wouldn't get out of full screen. The Certified Army on Facebook, and go check out my group, Mcabees Live Market, presented by Wayland Indoor Farmer. Appreciate you guys for joining and hitting that like button and all the good stuff. We're going to see you tomorrow for the Indoor Farmer reviews. I'm not even 100% sure. I got to be honest, and I hate feeling conflicted, but I kind of want to do another movie review, man.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I have another one in the barrel. They call it Bad Boys 2.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait, it's like Bad Boys Still. I forget what it's called. Old Bad Boys. I forget what it's called now, but it's a new Bad Boys with Will Smith. Will slap him in the face, Smith, and Martin Lawrence. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. I saw the preview, and I'm interested to watch it. So think I might check that out, and then we can kind of look through the series, because there were 2 or 3 of them before that. Okay, so there were a few before that for sure, and we can have some fun with that. I think that's what I might do, because I don't have anything in the pipe for any specific businesses or events right now, unfortunately. But I will sort of tease this. I might be going to the Keefe Canifest. In fact, I probably will be going to the Keefe Canifest. It's September 10th in Peoria, Illinois, nearby. So it's close to me, and there's gonna be some big cats there, and we're gonna be having some fun, and maybe try to get involved somehow. You know what I mean? So we'll see what's up. But we got some time. To work that magic. Anyway, moving on, guys. Remember, go check us out on Locals, because Facebook could take our subscriptions away any second, and then all we would have is our good old home base, home away from home, the certifiedarmy.locals.com and or the indoorfarmer.locals.com. And Steve, you got anything you want to shout out before I give my thing here? Check this out again. Oh yeah, check that out.
Nice job, bud. Yeah, I'll be seeing everybody on Wednesday.
Well, check it out though. I can fix some things here, like Miss Smashley. I don't know. It's up to her if she wants her name, or just Smashley, and it's like she's not in the foreground there. She needs to be in front of the words. You see that? And then that's kind of like almost covering her face just a tiny bit on the one side, and then where. Let's see, there's a couple other spots, like where my show is at 9:00, that can be raised up a little bit. There's a bunch of little things that you guys may not even notice, but I see it. But yeah, check out Siir SteveO on Thursdays. Josh Combs came up with a new name for you. What did you think of that? I saw you loved it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. That's pretty cool.
How would you say it though?
I don't know. THC Thursdays. That's the only thing.
Certified THC Thursdays. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one, but it's an interesting name. I liked it. Sorry. Anything else, brother? Appreciate it.
No, that's it.
Fine. Great. Wonderful. Go check them out at X, guys. Siir SteveO. And check me out, the Indoor Farmer on X. Remember, everybody, it's all fun. We try to have fun with it, because it's every person. We're not just trying to carve out a demographic here. We are talking to all of you. Every person on the planet has to eat, right? Good night, everybody.
Good night.